Hey folks, this is Justin. I'm here with an OTSL game against Doughan. I think I've played Drew at least once before. We're both here in OTSL Silver. Get to play as my preferred side, the US, so looking for some good ops. And we'll wait for Drew and get started. Okay, looks like Drew just signed in, so here we go. Looking for some good ops here in the early war. And what do we get? Well, we don't get what we want. So, looks like CNS is going to be our headline. Got no 4-ops. We don't have decall or destall. We do get VR. Okay, so let's just set up 442. Purge here would be a disaster, as it always is on turn 1. Okay. We can tolerate that. It's probably going to be a big coup on Iran, probably a big 4-op coup, since we don't have any. Oh, there's NATO. Oh! Well! Yikes, that was a surprise. Okay. We need one in Italy. It's possible he could remove us out with Sochkovs. Where do we go with this last stop here? We need to do something here in Iran. Move into Iraq. Yeah, I feel okay about that. Well, we got our first piece of good luck. Drew rolled a 2. Took a big swing on Italy here. Let's see what happens next. Okay, now he scores Europe. Okay, so that's interesting. I mean, I don't know if I would have rushed that, but we're kind of glad to see it. I think what I can do here is coup Egypt. Master gives us a good coup target here. Okay, well, we roll not so great. Although we are pretty low ops this turn, we don't have any scoring cards. So that's good for tempo, I guess. Oh my gosh, another big 4-op. Here we go. Big coup on Iran. Alright, that's also good news. Wow. But now we got a decision to make. This is our last good 3-op here. And as much as I want to get some points into, I kind of feel like that's the play. I would love to get Lebanon, but I just don't have the ops. This 1-op prevents Drew from destalling into Thailand, or controlling it through destall. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to go. We look to play VR on our last action round. Man, should I event Korean War? I think we're going to try to event it, see if we get a 50-50 chance of taking South Korea. might see is Drew take Libya and put one in Syria, setting up Mideast Dom. And I don't think there's much we can do about that. Okay, alright, decalled, first of the D cards. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Okay. Yikes, that was well played. Good play, Drew. And I just do not want to give up. Don't want to give up Thailand. And so let's make him decide between flipping Thailand with a China card or taking an empty France. I think that's going to be the play. Just kind of advertises that we're really low on ops, but not much we can do about that. Considering that Europe has scored and Asia hasn't, I think that's an okay play. Yeah, giving up China on turn 1, at least it gives Drew a lot to think about, because with CIA unseen, and you know, if you give the U.S. China, then they can hold D-style even if the Soviets play blockade. So at least it gives them something to think about. Oh, okay, does give us China. Take Thailand, I'm guessing? No. Alright, well, alright, so Drew has... Alright, so now we get to decide if we want to take a risk here. I could just go like this. And I think that's going to be the play. And in our final action round, we could space the Korean War. The other option is... Alright, I think actually I'm going to do this. I'm going to chance blockade. Because it's either that or give him a perfect opportunity to flip Thailand if we give the VR bonus early. Okay, so we go like this. One here, and where does our last op go? Maybe one into France? Yeah. Okay, now if we see blockade, we're pretty much screwed. Hope to see Asia here. That would be great. That would be ideal. Perfect. Okay, so our strategy pays off. If we hadn't given up access to Israel, or access to in Israel, we could poke Egypt for one. But I think I like this. Sochgavs or de Gaulle, both of those still flip France, but at least it prevents him from just duck and covering into France. So I feel okay about this. Okay, well, we get the 2 attack cards. We also get the vectors and Middle East. All right, so I have a decision to make here. Socialist governments. All right, so I think this is probably going to be defectors, right? Because his best remaining card is RSP. It's almost a certain headline. Still no 4-ups for us, but I think this is a necessity. Now, if we get cooed out of Iran, that's bad, but we still can take presence. Once again, we're short on ops. It also makes it likely that Drew has the IP wars, so that's going to be something to keep in mind. Probably going to look to hold Sochgovs through the reshuffle. Aha! Alright, well, we dodged that bullet. But it's still likely that he's got UN with USJ or Marshall. So, continue to struggle with ops here. Wondering if Drew's going to coup Panama or Iran. It's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay, just a straight up Marshall coup. Alright, and... oh! Once again, we luck out. We totally luck out when it comes to his coup rolls, which are really bad. Alright, so we can go there. And I guess the question is, do we try and take Pakistan knowing that we haven't seen the war, or do we do something else with our ops? I think we go with this. If he's got the war, which he almost certainly does, then go ahead and play it, you know. I think we're going to event and repair to Gaul. Hold Sochgovs probably for blockade. Or do I want to hold Korean War? That's interesting. And maybe we event... that's interesting. We got some options. I think I'm going to space Fidel here. I should also get a point into Algeria. So if he plays the war and he hits, we can always flip it back with China, which I think is probably what I'll do. Alright, first he goes here. This is probably going to be Mideast Dom. So now I got a decision to make. Do I give up the 3? That's how much Mideast is, right? 3. Right, but with UN, there's a couple other cards we haven't seen. Warsaw, UN plus Japan. I feel like I can't fight this Dom, so let's just score it. I mean, which is unfortunate, but not, you know, not horrendous. Here. Smart. It's really solid play here by Drew. I think I want to leave that. Let's space Fidel. That fails. Okay, so now I know I have to play 3 of these cards and hold 1. I think we're going to event repair to Gaul. That's definite. Okay, spacing duck. Alright, he hits. Let's resolve this. Gaul out of the game. I think I'm just going to hold the Korean War. I feel like we probably would have seen D-style if Drew had it, so I'm guessing he doesn't. Unless he's like waiting for me to play Romania or Warsaw. I still haven't seen our unknown cards: CIA, USJ, Truman, and Containment. His unknown cards: Blockade, D-Style, C5, AI War, Warsaw, and Romania. So the only really significant card left is AI War. Oh, interesting. Alright. Alright, we're going to go there, and maybe just a little bit of France protection. So we're holding our own, despite an ops disparity here. We might see here Containment, where I'll just event and repair Sochgovs. Pick up an extra op, maybe put that into Panama? Right, there's Containment. Oh, okay. So unless it's Drew's known hold card, we're going to let's see, that's probably 2 in France, 1 in Italy, okay. Where do we go with this last one? Well, there's 2 cards that could flip France, right? Because, oh wait, no, Sochgovs is removed, okay. Suez is removed, that is. Suez, so the 2 French attack cards are removed. Alright, so we're redrawn. Sochgovs could flip Italy. We don't want that, so that's how we're going to do it. Alright, well, some good news here. We don't get the war, unfortunately, but we do get UN, Blockade, D-Style, C5. Alright, so we know that our opponent has CIA. Discards. We get Olympics, 5-year plan, and special relationship back again. Okay, so his likely headline is going to be, what, probably the IP war? We don't have anything to headline at all. Special gives us 1 more point into France, in case he redraws Sochgovs, but we know almost all his cards. I think we're going to go with 5-year plan here. There's a lot of things we could hit. USJ would be the big one. IP war would be great. Stop the 1 in 3 flip of Pakistan. Except there it is right now. So let's see, maybe we hit defectors or something like that. Oh, USJ, great. So for a split second we're on Asia Dom, and now we're not. Okay, so I think he's going to give us CIA and put a point into Pakistan, that's my guess. So we'll coup Zaire. There it is. We get to figure out the rest of his hand. Alright, so he draws NTB. He gets decall again. Alright, so we'll coup Zaire. We get it. That's nice. Okay, he does have NTB. So he's going to get some points. Is it going to be Pakistan? Yes, well played, Drew. So that's a tie. We have one brief turn. Alrighty. So, I guess a logical question is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. What are we going to do about South Africa? So I have an option right now to take Angola with China. Then he plays that. He'll be at 2 and 2. So we have a brief chance to tie up. That's only if we give up China. It doesn't give us many odds, but I still think that's going to be the right play. Yeah, let's do that. This lets us hold a card, even if we can hold UN. Guessing we're going to see decall here. Okay. So we're going to go 1. I think like that. Olympics. Space K-War. Lay out these. This is Romania. Alrighty. Let's do that. Get rid of that obligation. He's got decall NTB. He's saving all his great cards for the final rounds, which is really smart. I'd like to put some points into the Middle East to tie that up. Some rev would be kind of a disaster. But right now we have to worry about maintaining our teeny toehold in Africa. There it is. There's decall. We knew that was coming. Alrighty. So we need to go one here. One here. Special. He's got NTB and Warsaw here. Pick up a point on Milops. He's going to be at 5, which is really where the Soviets want to be. There's Warsaw. Saving his best card for last. Okay. You know what? I think we're in space here. Okay, we hit. That was good. And C5, ideally, if he just plays into the Middle East, for instance, we could put one in Mexico, one in Guatemala. Put us on Central Dom. Let's see what he does with his big 4 up here at the end of the round. There it is. Oh, smart. Okay, wow, that's unfortunate. Jam of France. I only have 2 to respond to that. Maybe I should have seen that one coming. Alright. How did he get a... Oh, the war. The war was a point for him. Okay. Well, we get some good news. We get some good news. We get the only Europe tap card and Europe scoring. And we get How I Learned, Cultural, which we're going to play right away. Brush, oh man, Voice, Brush, CRG. Well, we got a lot of good cards here. Let's see what's the best way to use them. Africa and Europe are our scoring cards here. Okay, so Sojgaps is a free 3-op if we use it with you and I. If we headline Colonial, sorry, I don't know why my screen decided to incorrectly order it. Sorry, it's street sweeping day in Pennsylvania, apparently. Pakistan is a pretty good target for Brush, so I don't mind that. The question is, if we... I think I'm going to play CRG. Let's do that. Because that could set up Africa scoring. Oh, okay, and there's Hunter. 1, 2. Right now, could we set up Asia? Let's see. Well, let's think about this here. He's got 3 out. We can't do that. Okay, so we have to go 1, 2, 3. And 4, I guess. Yeah, and the thinking is that this is going to force him to respond in Africa instead of France. So let's hope that works. follow up with VOA and hopefully get rid of whatever influence he puts into South America. Alright, that's good that that failed. And let's see how he responds in Africa here. Definitely want to get rid of cultural. Here's arms race. Okay, alright, a pretty good response, but alright, so we get rid of this. Kind of like this, puts us back on Africa Dom. I don't think he's thinking Europe. We have some ops to fix that. Not infinite ops, so let's see how Drew responds to that. We were lucky that that coup roll failed. That was fortunate. Missile envy for the coup. Okay, oh, cooing. Okay. That's fine. Alright, so we'll fix France. And where else do we go with our one? Go here to threaten realigns? That puts us on Dom, threatens realignments. I kind of like that. Since we're going to play Brush, I'm probably going to not event how I learned for the 2 ops, or not for the victory points. That's I like doing that play as the U.S. So we're doing okay on the board. I am just worried about the victory point track is kind of climbing up here. If Drew's got something like one small step. This could get brutal. This game could kind of run away from us. Middle East is unfavorable. OPEC is a couple points for him, so things are looking marginal, I would say. Marginal at best. Another possible coup target is Libya. That flips Mideast Dom temporarily. It also means that Sadat gets him out of Egypt with no access. So I'm going to kind of see how this plays out. See if we can get out of these scoring cards, score a couple points in Africa and Europe, and then, leave Brush War kind of towards the end. Pakistan flips Asia. Might flip Asia. And it's the same odds on Pakistan and Asia. Actually, Algeria is better odds for Brush. Surrey for the coup. Okay, did not expect that. And he gets a decent roll. Gives us back the China card. So what are we going to do here? Let's score Europe first. No, we have to do that. Before we see any other shenanigans. Okay, good that South America's gone. Now what do we do about If we go 1, 2, and that, I think, gives us Africa no matter what. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he has 1, 2, 3. No, he can still flip that. So what if we brush Algeria? That is the scoring card we know we got. We get it. And now we could put 2 into, say, Tunisia. Don't mind that. Also okay with a North Korea jam here towards the end. I don't think that changes much in the way of Dom. But man, we had some vulnerable brush targets for sure. Panama, Thailand, Italy. A brush of Iran would have completely given us presence. No presence in the Middle East. There's Sadat. Okay, that's nice. I wonder where he's going to go here. Let's go with 1 here and 1 here. If we have yet another coup, we've always got UN Sochgovs for the final coup, so we'll see what happens. Nice to temporarily tie up the Middle East. Here's an interesting thought. Have we seen CIA? Oh, we did. Yeah, that's right. That's how we got into Zaire. All right, so kitchen. Oh, that fails. That's a nice roll for us. There's 2 points for us. And now, here's some more points. That was really fortunate. Where are we going to go with our last AR here? Flipping Laos, does that do anything? Jamming North Korea. Mexico, Guatemala, that's attractive too. Or we could just space it. Camp David. Okay. Alright. There's a point. And another option is we could just tie up the Middle East. Yeah, I kind of like that. Sure. We're still vulnerable to Muslim Rev, but Israel is pretty solid, so let's do that. Okay, some more great cards. Wow, we're doing pretty well here. Can't complain about our card draws, that's for sure. Bury you. Portuguese. We get 1 small step, which is nice. Get NATO. Flower power. No scoring cards. Jeez. OAS. Okay. Alright, so what could defectors hit? Well, RSP is still out there. Allende, Libtheo, Quagmire. Yeah, so I think we're going to go with defectors. Let's hope we see something good. I'm expecting to see maybe Liberation Theology. Oh no, Fidel. Ooh, that's nice to get. Alright. So maybe a coup here of Mexico or Panama, one that we can fix with ABM. Alliance for the coup. Let's see. Alright, that's a good roll for him. No victory points given up. Very good. Where could we go here? So we immediately could play ABM. Let's see if we hit. We do. Libya would have been another target for that. I guess a question here becomes, if we see a jam into Iran or Egypt, do we take the bait? In other words, do we fight that, or do we yield to Muslim Rev? That's an interesting question. I think if Drew has Central, we're going to see it right now, because he knows we could take Central control. OPEC for the event is interesting. All right. So I think it's going to have to be. All right. So we have a lot of possibilities. We could take. I think it's going to be this. I think it's going to be grain. PCR. Not exactly the card we were looking for, but we want to get into South America anyway, so we'll play it. We certainly have plenty of ops. Good to take some Southeast Asian countries, maybe flipping Laos is our next play. That's a couple points. Not really sure why Drew evented OPEC at that stage. There's obviously plenty of time for that. Summit for the coup. Where are we going with this? Okay, just maybe trying to get some mill ops here. Let's go with, it's 2 points. How important is that? Probably not that important. We're going to go here, here. Do we take Cuba? Yeah, I think we do. I can go ahead and space We Will Bury You, because we've seen Missile Envy. Maybe hold on to Portugal. Maybe try that for double space. Yeah. Gunman? Oh man, Drew is really strapped for ops here. Okay, not really sure what that does, but let's go here and here, because we still haven't seen Allende. Oh, okay. Astronaut goes to space. He hits with it. We're going to space again. Alright, we get points for that. That's good. But no double space, unfortunately. Still a bunch of other nasty cards. Here's Omit. Okay, that's a point. And what are we going to get rid of? Well, Quagmire's good. Get rid of RSP and LADs. Definitely getting rid of Muslim Revolution. Okay, and there goes that. So since Drew played into Malaysia, we'll go ahead and, well, I kind of want to save that for the last action round. Oh, goodness. I guess an interesting question is, do I want to, since we're no, we're not time and space, what am I thinking? I think we're just going to go one here and one here, I guess. So Southeast is a tie. But feeling a lot better about the board here, feeling a lot better about the victory point track. Doing okay on time. That was a really good omit for us. Bad cards for us are Allende, Libtheo, South Africa. That has scored. Shea for influence. Okay, just some overprotection, no problem. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, and with my last point maybe here. Yeah, that way if we get Liberation Theology, we can realign out of Mexico. Alright, so our hand now is just mediocre. We get Duck. Brezhnev. Oh, Shuttle is interesting. Does Shuttle change Dom? I don't think it does. The Pope E2. What does a Duck headline do? Well, a Duck headline makes Liberation much better. I think it's going to be Duck and cover here. Okay, good to see South Africa. It means he's going to be able to flip Angola, which is disappointing but not a disaster. I think. Is anyone more in the discard pile? Let's see. There's AI War to flip it. That's unfortunate. Okay. We can flip back, and I don't think there's any more 4-ops. So I think that's what we're going to do. You can flip it with ComCon, Salt, or CMC. So let's see if he's got any of those cards. Alright, goes for Middle East. That's a tie. Okay. Let's see what happens if we go with if we go that route, we've got 3 battlegrounds, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 countries. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, how does that math work out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 countries, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if we play this and then we play shuttle, I think that gets us Asia Dom. So let's do that. Another good thing about that is we can hold Allende through the reshuffle if we really want to. Or we could just pile points into Chile. Right, so that's 2 points in Southeast Asia, and if we play shuttle, that's more points with Asia Dom. Drew could fight that. Okay, so we get points for Southeast Asia. That was good timing. It should give us Asia Dom. Hope to get some points there. I want to event the Pope, even though Poland's at 6. Bear trap to space. He hits. Alright, we're going to play Asia. Feel pretty good about that. We got space. We need ops. Okay, that's Nixon for the coup. Gets him presence. Gets us back to China card. Nice. I think we just go like this. Alright, get us some Milops, get him out of Central. Maybe this is where we see Liberation. Puppets for the coup. Oh my goodness. That's unfortunate. I think, oh wait, maybe the other way is better. Oh, goodness. 1, 2. So this lets us get rid of Allende. We also have some points. Let's see if we see Central America or some kind of a jam. Oh, okay, Willie for the event. Alright, so our game continues. How are we going to best play this? I think I'll still try to coup him out of Guatemala here. Play the Pope. Alright, well, we get South America scoring, which I think gets us points pretty much no matter what, right? So we know Drew's got Central. Are there any other cards? Liberation Theology is probably going to be his headline. There it is. But that's not going to help in South America. Well, anyway, thanks for watching.